Everything's all looking good. I think we are good to roll. Hey there, hi there, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Monday. It is a little something different tonight. Yesterday being Valentine's Day means that tonight is the official cereal stream. I'm going to call it the Sunday cereal stream so many times tonight. I just know it already. But that's what it is. Tonight is the not Sunday cereal stream. I am grinding for 1 to 5% in the 5-star featured Psycho Man Arena. Wound up getting the 5-star featured, and out of round 1 was ranked like 168, I believe, which is not too shabby. And this time, since I'm good, just with having the character as is, I'm just going for some extra loot. I have done absolutely nothing in the arena so far. I have no points, no infinite streak, no nothing. So that is what the stream tonight is going to wind up being. Just chilling, just getting that infinite streak, throwing some 6 stars up there, and, going from there. But again, hope you guys are doing well here tonight. It is Monday, start of a new week. Got a new featured champion coming out on Thursday, or a new rerun champion, I should say. Who it's going to be, not too sure. My guess is probably Kingpin. Like, I would like it to be somebody a little bit more interesting than that, but I am fairly certain it's going to be either Kingpin or Mole Man or Terrax, one of those buff dudes, especially seeing as how we got Yellow Jacket last time around. Freaking Yellow Jacket, 23 mil cutoff. But again, that is coming out later on this week. We got the last installment of the Deadpool event coming out on Wednesday. So we can finally start opening up all the rest of those Shattered Heart Cav crystals. And get all those 3 stars in place of spicy 5 or 6s. Because you know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. Before we get too far along, though, I do want to say a big howdy, big welcome to the latest Von subs to the channel. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for finding the channel in the depths of the YouTubes. Cheers on digging the videos put out so far and are interested in all the things coming out yet to come. It's going to be another good, busy, fun week here with a bunch of different uploads. Starting off today with the latest installment of, the 3-star SmackDown. I was joined by my buddy Ink MCOC, thrown down with Carnage, seeing how much damage Carnage could do against poor Punching Bag Man in Realm of Legends in 3 minutes time, and it turned out pretty good. It turned out pretty good. If you haven't checked it out, it is at the top of the listing here on the channel. And stay tuned because you got another episode coming out next Monday morning as well. Just keep the show going. Big howdy to Clarity saying, let's get that grind tonight. Amen. Amen to that. And Noel stopping by saying, yo, I'm going to be watching your stream on my PS4. Meanwhile, grinding Tier 1 Alpha for my new Domino. Nice. Throw all those catalysts and all the items at Domino. She's fun. She's a lot of fun. And cheers for watching through your PS4, too. So again, like I said, today is the cereal stream, the not Sunday cereal stream. Got the cereal tonight as Frosted Mini Wheats, which is not something I've had for a good long while. I do very much recommend, if you are going to eat that cereal, enjoy it with a bowl of milk. Definitely makes it an easier experience, but as is, I can just pick it up and eat it a la carte, and that is what I'm going to be doing. So cheers, everybody. Always feel I should back off the mic when I'm eating, so this isn't some ASMR live stream. Hope you guys had a most excellent weekend. Didn't get a chance to say howdy to you guys on Saturday. Putting up the last round of points for that 5-star Psycho Man. But hope you had a most excellent Sunday. Hope you had a lovely Valentine's Day. If you got any stories to tell, I am all ears for stories. I do love stories. We kept it low-key, though. We kept it low-key. Had a nice dinner. Got to spend some time with the family. Had a movie night. It was good. It was really good. Big howdy to Insidus stopping by. Saying, hey, yes, you are still a mod. Congrats. Yeah, I don't go through and, like, unmod people if they haven't been around for a little bit. But yeah, congrats. The power of the wrench compels you. Jose stopping by. Good evening, everybody. Rob, how are you, my dear friend? I am most excellent. Week is off to a good start. It's a holiday here. Holiday here today, President's Day. But that all aside, it was good. It was really good. It was a nice restful morning. Got a lot of good stuff going for work and for projects midday, and capping the day off here with a serial stream. So absolutely cannot complain. Hope you're doing most excellent here today as well, and it's good to see you. Got a big question. What is the best counter for a rank 3 Killmonger on Rage mini node? Omega Red, probably. So long as you don't throw special attacks. A good chunk of Mystic Champs could be useful as well, because they could nullify the rage. So you would still just attack into them like normal. And then just nullify the rage if and when it pops up. That's an option too. If you are going for the massive challenge points, you could use Doom against a Killmonger there, because he would nullify the Fury, and you can power control the Killmonger as well, because his power meter is just gonna rocket up with the shock damage. So that's an option. You could try it with Archangel without doing specials, where you just parry heavy, parry heavy, parry heavy. And so long as you keep baiting specials out, that might work as well. But if you throw a special 2 or a special 3, you're probably going to have trouble. So power of the wrench, that's right. Still lagging on chat? Not really, just answering questions. I was thinking Archangel, Claire, or Doom with Mr. Fantastic for the armor breaks. That could work. That could work. It just depends whoever the third champion is going to wind up being, because Mr. Fantastic, I'm not sure, is going to get a lot of mileage for any other fights. So he would be there really just for either the pre-fights or for the synergy, which, again, could work. Again, it just really depends on who that third champ would be. To round out the team, or fill in any weak spots you got for the rest of your path. But that could work. That would work. Again, with Doom though, it's absolutely imperative though to stay on top of the power, because the shock that Doom inflicts is going to be potentially problematic. Hey, what's good, Grady? How's it going, bud? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope the Monday here is finding you well. What's new? Yeah, chowing down on some of the frosted mini wheats. No milk, though. So I didn't know how that was going to be going into the stream here because, you know, I didn't want to make too big of a production of it. But, yeah, I mean, if you just, like, take them and just eat them a la carte, not bad. Well, good to hear, bud. Good to hear. Maybe Falcon? Probably not Falcon. Because his lock-on would remove probably remove rage, I'm assuming. Again, this is me speculating because I haven't tested it, so you know, my word is not gospel on this. But his lock-on would prevent rage from triggering, but if you throw the special one and get the debuff, then that still probably would trigger power, I'm assuming. So even though you wind up getting around the annoying power burst and rage, or the annoying rage nonsense, it still probably wouldn't be the easiest fight. But that would actually be really interesting to try to see what takes priority, what takes precedence, you know? Do that, do that. A little zappy zap. No milk? Sounds like you need whiskey. You know, it has been a hot minute since I've mixed cereal with whiskey. It has been a hot minute. So I'm not sure how that would still... that would still play out, but that is certainly an option too. Jose sending over $5. Awesome, bud. Thank you very much. Love the streams, positive vibe. Keep up the solid work, Brotato Chip. Jose, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. That is most kind. That is very kind. And you are most welcome. That is exactly the vibe that this stream is all about. Just everybody just having a good time, kicking back, and punching some dudes in the face for points. Let's get you up here on the Wall of Honor. Got that, got that. Got that. I think we're good to go. And awesome. Cheers, bud. Sip whiskey, munch snacks, don't mix them. If you're at that point in the evening, yes, absolutely. But the later you get into the evening, then it doesn't sound like as bad an idea anymore. But let me tell you, depending on what it is, I probably wouldn't mix frosted mini wheats. But I mean, like Rice Krispies or Cheerios, maybe. I say maybe like I haven't done it already. I don't recommend it. Definitely don't recommend it. Jacob stopping in. What's up, bro? What's good, Jacob? Good to see you, bud. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Not Sunday, Sunday cereal stream. Good to see you, bud. So it says, Burb. By the way, I thank you very much for making me a mod. Won't forget it. Yeah, you got it. You bet, bud. We'll be here when you get back. do this matchup. Well, it's a good thing I got a mutant champ with that Elsa right there, because if she's got a damage mastery on, that is not going to be a good time. Yeah, happy, so let me amend that. Happy Monday to those of you who are still enjoying Monday. Happy Tuesday for everybody else off in the future where it is Tuesday already. Not only am I lagging behind in chat, but I also lag behind on the day as well. Overall, yeah, cereal's not bad. Not bad. Reminds me of like Triscuits without like the salt and the garlic. I mean, it is exactly a Triscuit without the salt and the garlic. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just, it's very on the nose. Dude's taking like no damage here. Me, on the other hand. Get out of here. Surfer. Domino now rank 2 did heroic difficulty of EQ. Only way I can get her to rank 3 is to wait for glory. Yeah. Yeah. Friggin' glory, man. That's that is, I think, the main reason why a lot of people still do AQ. Like, the rest of the loot is nice. The map 6, 7 crystals is nice. You know, the final milestones are nice. But it's the glory that sells it. Because the glory gets you the items that you can use in Alliance War, so you don't have to, you know, break the piggy bank just because, you know, you sneezed and got insta-KO'd. Hey, what's good, Laura? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday. Welcome to the not Sunday, Sunday cereal stream. How you doing? Rob, Triscuits, avocado, cilantro, lime. Yeah. Well, see, those are great to eat just like by themselves, just straight out of the box. By the way, don't ever put a Triscuit box next to me, ever. Like that's just like a good life lesson, rule of thumb. If Rob is right there, do not leave a box of Triscuits unattended. Doesn't matter the flavor. Those ones especially, but it doesn't matter. You leave Triscuits next to me and they're gone. They're just gone. But those ones specifically, like if you have like a little bit of, like cut yourself a fresh little chunk of cheese, put that on top, or better still, if you got avocado, like a nice, yummy, ripe avocado, and just slice it thin, put that on top of that avocado cilantro Triscuit. Those good times. That is good times. Doink. Yoink. Uh-oh. Good thing. Alright, so let's do the Dexy runny thing. And get out of here, dude. Awesome. Noel says, also leaving the stream early due to battery. I'm gonna keep watching on my PS4 though for a bit. Sounds good. You know, that's when I was you know, designing the banner and whatnot, and don't get me wrong, a banner needs a lot of love for the channel. But when I was designing the banner, I gotta say, I never designed it or optimized it for a PS4. So I'm actually really curious how it looks on the PS4. Also made stuffed shells. Ooh, what did you stuff them with? Or what was the mix? Had a delicious pasta with onion and spinach, a little bit of Parmesan sprinkled in, and roasted sausage, all mixed together tonight. It was positively delicious. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, you should probably stop eating. I mean, you're not hungry anymore. You know you're done, but you still got like a quarter of your second plate in front of you still, and there's still a bunch left in the pot, and it's just like, well, guess we're going for it. And go for it I did. That was nummy. See, I imagine BG with a flowing mane putting Fabio to shame. Hey, what's good, David? Good to see you, bud. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Not Sunday cereal stream. Hope your weekend was good and that the week is off to a good start. Welcome to the festivities. Ricotta, Parmesan, mozzarella, and spinach with garlic and pepper. Well, it sounds like you had a very nummy dinner. I will say this. I mean, there's been a lot of difficult, challenging times here in the preceding months, but I suppose trying to find a silver lining out of everything is that it inspired me to, like, you know, to try cooking different things, discovering different things. It's like, well, if we're gonna be here at home, let's try a couple new things. And that has actually worked out pretty well, because now we got a bunch of new favorites that we were like, yeah, let's make this a regular thing. Including a couple things where it's like, yeah, this took like a day to prepare, really, from start to finish. But, you know, we're still rolling with it because it's delicious. I don't care if I inhale it and eat it and it's gone in like 20 minutes and it took like half a day or a day to prepare. It's nummy, and that's the important thing. Oh, yeah. Plus, I'm sure that that all winds up violating his, I'm sure, exclusivity and NDA that he signed with the sponsors, right? Yeah, I can't have that. Can't have that. Cheers, all. Mephisto popping in saying, hey. Well, I would like to try in my most Miles Morales inspired way. Hey. Back at ya. I'm very much looking forward to whenever that sequel comes out. And then how it all crosses over and intersects and interlaps with any of the other crossover shenanigans they've got in the works. I mean, granted, for right now, I am more than happy finally getting through WandaVision. And I'm assuming that Falcon Winter Soldier in a few weeks is going to be really entertaining as well. Like, there have been so few misses from the MCU. And everything has been, by and large, enjoyable as well, so I'm not worried. Has given me a chance to get caught up on a couple other shows, though, here, too. Finally got into Expanse. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it for, the last couple of years. They just aired Season 5. They got the final Season 6 coming out maybe by the end of the year, maybe this time next year. But I positively, thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a very, very fun sci-fi show. Also, I may have had the last brown butter chocolate chip cookie for breakfast, and I'd be kicking myself for doing so since now I want it. Well, it sounds like past Laura was screwing over future Laura a little bit. But, there had to be a winner. There had to be a loser. And I think past Laura got the one-up on future Laura there this time. Laura asked, what was your buy with your first paycheck? So my first paycheck was like a very modest $111 and I forgot however many cents. And I remember that because I was like working minimum wage at a grocery store. So I wound up banking a little bit. I was like, I'm going to do the responsible thing and bank some of this because that's just who I was at the time. But at the same time, too, I bought me a nice porterhouse and I grilled that thing up. It was rather quite nummy. It was rather quite nummy. That was the one time I did that, though, for a good while, because that by itself ate up, like, not a quarter, but a significant chunk of that paycheck. Significant enough where it's like, this one meal was a significant chunk of my paycheck. But it was my first. It was my first. And then squirreled a little bit away, wound up getting a PS3 a little bit later on. But that was a good bit later on, and then everything else wound up going to my first car. My first car, not the hand-me-down I was driving. Donut Cop stopping in saying, "Yo, what's good, Donut Cop? Happy Monday, bud. Hope you're doing well. How's everything going in your world, huh?" Which is a wonderful segue to the question of the evening over here on my left, being, what did you buy with your first paycheck? Minimum wage for me at the time in was like $6.95, I think. No, $6.45, something like that. Wound up getting up to $6.95, but it was less than that. Which really wasn't that long ago. I mean, it was long enough, but not that long ago. Like, minimum wage has gone up a good bit since then. Nowhere near enough to adjust for inflation, but compared to what it was even just a few years ago, that's something. could be better. Been in bed with the C word the past 4 days. Dude, that sucks. How are you feeling? And I wished you a speedy recovery there. But also at the same time, sounds like you're getting some rest in too, which is fantastic for nipping that thing in the bud. First job I made, $5.25. Minimum wage was $5.15. I mean, on one hand, lucky you getting a job, first job that was above minimum wage. But at the same time, too, that's like one of those dickish things that employers do where it's like, this job is more than a minimum wage. Yes. But, dude, Rob, are you a baby? I am. Man, you missed out, Laura. You missed out. It was me, was it last week or so? There were a couple people in chat that were like 16. Which is cool, but someone was trying to get my goat and just like twist the knife a little bit, pulling the OK Boomer bit, which was rather quite hilarious. I'm like, well, I mean, sure, I guess, but I don't know. I think I scared them off by not caring. Yeah, dude, I'm sure. I'm sure. How long actually, how is it? Was it like you're at home, which is fantastic. So I'm assuming it's like the doctors either were like, yo, you can either just rest this up at home, or is it still like a wait and see thing? I mean, it sounds freaking awful either way. First raise was 25 cents, brought me to 5.50. It's a solid raise. I don't know how people expect people to survive on a minimum wage. Like, minimum wage is so untenable for living expenses, at least out here in Los Angeles. Well. Because it wasn't until after I left retail that I actually got a respectable raise into a living income. But at the same time, too, getting out of retail was great because it got me out of union. And I'm not going to knock unions. Unions are great if you're a lifetime union person, but if you're just passing through and you're working a union job, the union does not care at all about you. You are the... Uh-oh. Oh, thank goodness. That was going to be bad. Like, the kids working union jobs are basically just subsidizing the, everybody else, which is the way it's set up and it's the way it works. But if you're a kid realizing that, it's like, oh, well, welcome to the real world, Yeah, let's do this. Don't remember what about my first paycheck, but I do remember having to get my own cell phone as the house rule. Ooh, did you get one of those flip phone Motorola's? I was so jealous. Because I had a brick Nokia as my first phone. And it was a nice phone. You could play games on it and it worked, and, you know, backlight and all that. But then there's always the friend that's like, yo, dude, I got a Razor. I'm like, whoa, dude, you got a Razor? It's got a metal case and it flips? What? Mobile phones were wild back in like the early mid 2000s. Because like on one hand you had like the brick Nokia, and then you had like a Razor, right? And then you had like the Nokia N-Gage, which was like trying to be like a mobile phone video game Game Boy hybrid. And of course, then, you know, the iPhone came out a few years after that, and that was that. But man, phone design was just all over the place. Nothing needing to go to the hospital right now, but still having some issues. Serious fatigue and some slight breathing issues. Yes, please. Yes. Cool, he's down. Yeah, bud. Again, I do very much wish you a healthy, restful, full recovery there, but at the same time, too, definitely, you know, better be safe than sorry, monitoring it and whatnot, too. Wishing you the best, bud. Wishing you the best. Did you not see my wage was $5.25 an hour? I did. It's almost enough to buy a pack of Pokemon cards. How much does that suck, though? Like, getting your first paycheck, putting in all the work to get the first paycheck, especially for a minimum wage when it was, you know, that low, right? Getting that paycheck, holding it in your hands, and you're like, yes, I earned this. And then taking that to the bank and then like, cool, now what can I get with it? Nothing. Nothing. It took me like 3 years at that wage to save up for a down payment on a vehicle. Fun times. Hey, what's good, Exhilarate? Happy Monday. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Not Sunday, Sunday Serial stream. I had a phone that either flipped up with a number pad or sideways with a keyboard. Felt like such a baller. I remember that. I remember that one. One of my classmates had that. I will say this, of course it's a lot easier to do everything now, but I do kind of miss having buttons, like physical buttons, because it's so much easier to just like hold your phone under the desk and text that away without ever looking at the keypad or your input and just knowing where the letters are relative to the buttons. Be all sneaky like that. Maybe I just haven't found it on an iPhone, but having some sort of haptic feature for texting, so you know when your finger is over a button on the keyboard, it would be such a nice improvement. I'm assuming that Android has that already. So then when Apple introduces it like 3 years down the road and everyone loses their minds that Apple introduced haptic features on the screen, Android users would be like, yeah, that was cool like 5 years ago. Come on, dude. Lefty stopping by saying, yo, what's good, Lefty? How's it going, bud? What's the latest and greatest? Phone could hold 5 songs on MP3. 5 was the lucky number back then. Because you have your top 5 on MySpace, too. Which still exists, somehow. Like, I'm surprised MySpace still has enough of a following as a music platform that it's still relevant or exists, but good on them. Tom laughing his way to the bank. Sucks seeing how much taxes are taken out. Yup. Well, taxes and all the other different local fees, too. And then, again, for me, because it was a union job, then you got the union dues coming out as well. Yo, what's up, Marm? Let's do this. In cap, next gaming. What up, what up? Howdy, bud. Happy Monday. Welcome, everyone. Hope you are doing well. I'm Rob vonShoe. This is the Not Sunday serial stream. Just kicked it out today because of Valentine's Day. Good to see y'all. Sorry, just in the middle of the shameless plug of the evening, number 1. If you have not already, please do like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Always appreciate that. Got cool stuff coming out all the time, including today's installment, which was the latest episode of the 3-Star Smackdown, where we try and see how much damage we can do against the Rumble Legends Winter Soldier in 3 minutes time with only a 3-star champion. Also, question of the night over here on my left, what did you buy with your first paycheck? Bought me a steak dinner. Which is really really nummy. I think part of it, of course, was because I bought it. But on the other hand, too, I didn't have steak dinners up until then. So I just had that little bit extra sentimentality. To be honest, I loved the retail job until I graduated. Also met BG at that job. Well, there you go. See, it was meant to be. It was meant to be. Brian held on to the Kiwi phone for as long as he could. I mean, you may as well, right? I think I've got my old phone someplace, too. That was way back in the day before they did trade-ins. Or either that, or I just held on to my phone for too long that it wasn't worth anything to trade in the first place. It's one or the other. Zappy zap. Punch you to special 2. Come on. Thank you. Punch that. Doink. Yoink. Come on. There we go. And there we go. He's down. Awesome. We're talking about the question on the screen. First buy, I think, was a cell phone making minimum wage. Yes. Yep. Worked at a full-service gas station, and pretty sure my first purchase was the cell phone. What was that like? Because I've been to a full-service gas station, I think maybe only a couple handful of times. Just because they're pretty rare out here. That's interesting. I think just because I'm so used to just doing it myself, it's different for the full-service bit, but it's like, oh, hey, okay. If 17-year-old me saw me now, she would think I was rich AF. Yeah. That might be a good question of the night for another live stream coming up here maybe later on this week. Like, if today you went back to talk to, like, 16-year-old you, what would you say? Because, like, for me, it'd be a night and day difference between 16-year-old me and today me. Like, I'm sure we'd be cordial and we'd get along, but have a couple shared interests, but completely different personality types. Completely different. AC stopping in with the profound, prolific pineapple. We go for some pineapple, actually. Well, I'm just on a roll for questions of the night, too. That'd be another good question, too. Do you eat the, when you slice up a pineapple, do you eat the pineapple core or not? Cap says, think about some snacks. Solid purchase. More than my fair share of paychecks have gone to buying snacks. Mostly just to make the rest of the day kind of, I don't know, just a little bit better, just a little bit nicer. So one time I made the mistake of getting a Slim Jim. Nah. I'd rather spend like double and get actual proper jerky instead of having a Slim Jim for a fraction of the price. Not my preference, not at all. Dude, stop heavying me, dude. Pew, pew, pew. Hey, Exhilarate, thank you very much, bud. Sent over 5 of those Canadian bucks. Much appreciated, bud. Thank you kindly. That is most excellent. That is most kind. Thank you muchly. With my first paycheck, I could buy anything. Had to pay for my CPA exams. It's a good purchase, though. Quick question. Do you record your videos using OBS and then save and edit them? Yes. So it depends what the video is. Because some of them are all over the place. Sometimes I record like directly on my phone, import that into Adobe Premiere, and then record and then shoot like the video cap for it with like either me just as like a talking head or whatnot, and then just superimpose them together. Other times, yeah, I just record straight into OBS and then export or import the video there into Premiere for, you know, title cards and whatnot. Just really depends on whatever the project is and how quick it needs to get done. Getting slapped around right there. I don't know, man. If you can make a full career out of doing this, that's saying something. That would definitely be a conversation for like future or like present you to have with like 16-year-old you. It's like, yo, yeah. So I play video games and talk to people live on the internet and have a really good time doing it. And 16-year-old me would be like just completely beside myself that that would even be a thing. Had to pump gas and wash the windshield and most likely not get a tip. Would they, if you did, would they hand you the tip directly, or is there like a giant tip jar in the middle of the station? Because if they tipped you directly, that's awesome. But like anytime that we got tips at the restaurant, at least usually, like if they tipped on a receipt, that would all wind up getting put in the pot and then divvied up amongst everybody. They leave it on a table though, that's fair game. It's cash. But if it's on the receipt, then divvied it up. Growing up in Jersey where it's illegal to pump your own gas, I can tell you, it's kind of nice. Sit for 10 minutes or so, check your messages, stay warm, cool in your car. Yeah, I bet. And then do you pay the person pumping the gas, or you still pay through the machine or the gas pump, or at the island, or inside, I suppose? I know it's such a stupid scrub noob question, but again, just with such a lack of personal experience with it, I'm curious. Hey, Redwood stopping by, saying, "Yo, Rob, what's up, man? It's going good. It's going good for a Monday. Can't complain at all. Week's off to a good start. Had a most excellent yesterday. Happy belated Valentine's Day to everybody here in chat as well. And I'm excited to see how the rest of the week winds up playing out. Hope you are doing most excellent as well. Good to see you, bud. Just a courtesy, people could still pump their own if they wanted to. I never understood the mandatory pumping of gas. I could imagine it back before the machines were automated or had the digital, were a digital job. Like that way, whoever was pumping the gas could like make sure that either, you know, people weren't pumping more than they needed or that they had bought, or weren't, I don't know, doing it incorrectly, I guess. This person has an awakened Storm Pyramid X, and I'm very jealous. Well, Rob, I've only ever received 3 paychecks in my life, but I have bought the one thing with it, and that was my laptop that I currently have. That is a solid purchase. Solid purchase. Nice, bud. I'm looking forward to it. And by the by, Auxiliary, I'm sorry I didn't say anything on Discord a little bit earlier. Did check out that second video, and I liked it. It turned out pretty good. Good work. That's where I'm right there too. Anytime you can tip a person directly, definitely tip the person directly. That way, you know, the fewer hands that wind up between the tip and, you know, the person, the better. Had an employee at a restaurant I worked at wound up raiding the tip jar. The rest of us were none too happy about that, let me tell you. AC says, well, I'm off to sleep. It's 5 in the morning, almost. Good night, everybody. Have a good stream. Thanks, AC. Always good seeing you, bud. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you have a most excellent day here coming up. We'll catch you next time. Boink. And it's always a good idea to tip people too, because oftentimes for jobs where people can get tips, employers occasionally wind up lowballing the employees with the assumption that they're going to get tips on top of their wage. And the tip is really where, like, I don't want to say the good money comes in, but that's where like the walking around pocket change comes in. So I always do when I can, when I'm able. It's just a nice thing to do, nice little rule of thumb. Brian stopping in, saying +1 like. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that, bud. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate that like. How much longer do you think that paying cash is going to be as mainstream a way to handle a transaction? Because like this whole last year with COVID And with a lot of different locations talking up a quote-unquote coin shortage, which I don't doubt, I just haven't ever heard of it anywhere else outside of the registers at the stores that I shop at. Where this is just like, you know, one of the last big hurrahs for physical money. At least for our generation. I mean, there's still always the old lady at the grocery store paying for $13 worth of thing with a paper check. Got to keep the tips. People would usually give us the card to pay at the pump and then tip in cash. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. Very cool. Had one guy that would tip in lottery tickets. He'd give us a $5 ticket. Most times we wouldn't win anything, but one time hit it for $100. Well, see, there you go. That's fun. That's fun. Was it a lottery ticket with a Powerball or whatnot, or was it like a scratcher? Stop it, dude. Friggin' void. And kindly PSA from Laura, please tip your massage therapist off the non-member rates and massage chains. Tips are the other end of their paychecks. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, the tips were the walking around spending money. Everything else is, like, just enough to cover what you need to cover. But, you know, if you need the little extra, or, you know, you wanted to get yourself a drink sometime, that's where all the tips wind up coming in. Cap says, speaking of vids, last live, we were talking about Terax and if he's good. Just dropped my vid today, so if you want to check him out there, you go. I think I saw that pop up in my feed. I haven't checked it out yet, but I would very much like to, because I have given like no time to Terax post buff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking it out, bud. Remember there being a coin shortage when I was little. Yeah, it's weird though, right? Like how and why. For coins specifically, bills is one thing, because bills wind up getting cycled through the treasury depending on, you know, on their condition, whether they're taken out of circulation or not, but coins are weird. I know there was a bit of a quarters shortage when they started introducing like the states quarters, and people thought that that was just like the coolest thing. Apparently, collect all 50 states. And then they started doing like territories and everything else too, but uh-oh. Get out of here, Guardian. Go away, my dude. People give cash chips. Don't have a bank here in Washington, so I've got a lot of cash and nowhere to spend it since everything's closed. Yeah. That's the catch. Well, then in other places too, they don't accept bills larger than a certain size. Like a 20 is the largest bill that they would accept. So if you got like if you got a grant or if you got yourself a frank, then you better hope that somebody can break it. Because otherwise, which is really weird because, you know, if someone's going to pay you for it, then you make it work. If you got like the little pen to test and see that it's legit, or the blacklight or whatever, of course, do that too, but I'm going to roll for questions of the night. Another question of the night would be, how many fake bills have people tried to pass off on you if you've worked a retail job or a service job? I came out pretty easy. I think I'm only at like a dozen between fake 20s, 50s, and 100s. Someone tried bringing in a fake $1 bill too, which is actually the most difficult bill to try and catch, because who would try and pass a fake dollar bill and who would care enough to check, you know? But it was off just enough. But like if you're thumbing through a wad of cash, you would never catch it. Excuse me. JC is stopping by. Does Cosmic Ghost Rider have immunities? And if yes, are they good? He does have he has 2 immunities, I believe. It's cold snap immunity, I think. No. Hold on. Yes, he has 2, talking off the top of my head here. Because it's bleeding for sure. Because just all the different times I come in with double edge, he's never bleeding. So it's bleeding for sure. And then it's incinerate, not cold snap. I misspoke. But yes, both of those are good. Because then, I mean, that means that he can go up against Mephisto and not worry about that stupid aura of incineration and torch for the same reason, sunspot. And then the bleed dot is just immensely useful. And what's up, by the by? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Hope you're doing well. Hope the Monday's off to a good start. Well, stupid. I don't think I've tested this against Nick Furious. I don't think so. I don't think lock-on prevents his stupid heals. Let's find out. No. I didn't think so, but it was worth a shot. Do that, do this, do that. Hey, Rono stopping in, say yo. Well, big yo back at you, bud. Welcome to the Not Sunday Serial stream. Hope you are doing well here. Hope I don't get, there we go. Hope I didn't get rinsed by a Nick Fury. How's it going, bud? How is it going? We're halfway through February, guys. That's just so weird. That's so weird. I was at the store today, speaking of which, and of course, since, you know, Valentine's Day is in the past and it may as well have never happened, everybody's in full St. Patrick's mode already. I'm like, yeah, but wasn't Thanksgiving like a week ago? Laura seen two fake bills. Was it a 20 and a 100? '20s are the most common. 100s are the most obvious and easy to catch. But again, someone trying to pass off a fake dollar bill, that was probably the hardest one to spot for me. Pew, 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 punchy, punchy, Kamehameha wave. Freaking Doom and his crit resist. Go away. Go away. Dr. Doom. I mean, if Brian wants to throw down with the 3-star challenge, optimize synergies, optimize masteries, I'd be down. Cat stopping bin. What's up, Cataclysm? Saying yo. Yo, 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 yo. Howdy, bud. How's Monday going for you? Welcome to the serial stream. No counterfeit bills on my end, but where I work, tons of fake credentials, fake IDs and whatnot. Interesting. Are they local IDs, or do they try and pass them off as like either out of state or out of or foreign IDs? It's like checking people's IDs for me always easy to tell, or easier to tell. They're trying to pass off like a fake California license for a real one. I'm like, nah, dude, this is my state. I know what it looks like. But you show me like an Idaho ID, and I'm like, well, is it? Today is my Friday. About to walk out of work. Hey, congrats. Well, enjoy the your version of a weekend, bud. You got plans, or just kick back, hang out a bit? Thanksgiving? You mean 4th of July? Yeah, I mean, you could tell me, like, I don't know, last St. Patrick's Day. And I tell you, if I didn't have a kid and I could actually physically see that he's like a foot taller now than he was when whole lockdown pandemic started, I would be completely at a loss for time. It's still March 2020 to me. Snow here is insane. It's minus 24 wind chill. Jeez. Not sure where you are at specifically, but I got family off on the East Coast, and they've been getting blasted too. And then here in Los Angeles, you know, had to go outside and put on a coat because it was getting a little chilly. It was dipping into the high 50s. I say that sarcastically, or ironically, I mean. But, yeah, you got my condolences. In the Midwest? Ah, gotcha. Worked at a bank for a minute. I applied to a bank, but I went through the interview process and I was like, not for me. Not for me. Would have been a big step up because that would have been after the retail job. So going from like, you know, the branded polo and like a, I don't know, and an apron to get to wear a suit each day, that would have been a nice step up. But wasn't in the cards. Hey, congrats, Jose, getting that Killmonger down. Very cool. APOC and Sorcerer Supreme. There you go. Solid job. Solid job. Yeah, because for the no, to that point, it'd be a really fun matchup, I think, because I mean, aside from Cosmic Ghost Rider, right? You're not going to get big, impressive yellow numbers for a 3-star, but the entire fight and the entire strategy is done by the time you actually start the match, right? It all comes down to strategizing the synergies and the masteries. Like, if you don't have an optimal mastery setup, it's not going to happen, no matter how good of a gameplay it is. Oh, that's why. My monitor went all heebie-jeebie for a sec, but that's because the game crashed. Well, that's only crash number 1, and we're an hour 18 in the stream, so I'd count my blessings, I guess. Well, that is true. That is true. Well, if nothing else, could do a handicap where I set my masteries to his or whatnot. That way, at least that is still on the same page, because that is one of the rules there. If you know whoever the guest is wants to run the damage masteries, yeah, they can run them. I'll run them too. If they don't want to, then I don't run them either. At least because that way, then everybody's on an even playing field there. How's the beast doing? Good. Good. All over the place. All over the place. Wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, yeah. Nice, Redwood. It's a good place to be. It's a good place to be. You're about like a hour's drive from just about everything, depending on the traffic. You could either be a 20-minute drive or a 4-hour drive away from the same thing, depending on the traffic. Went to California a couple weeks ago, went swimming in 50-degree weather. Yeah. I had one of my uncles came visiting for the first time. It was the first time that he had been out in California in years and years and years and years. And it came at the beginning of summer, so like, I don't know, late May, mid-June, somewhere like that, where we had gotten past the May gray and the June gloom, and it was starting to get sunny and warm consistently, but not hot yet like it does August, September. And he's from the Midwest, not like used to the dryness, not used to the heat at all. Poor dude was like this close to having a heat stroke. Not even from like overexertion, just because of how dry and hot it was relative to what he was used to in the Midwest. Got him hydrated, got him rested up, and he was good to go after that, but still, that was... kicked his butt for a good bit. I do not envy the 24-hour awakeness stretch. Do not envy that. Had my first one in a few weeks, a couple nights ago. Just trying to get done with the couple of different projects. And yeah, not fun. Not fun. I'm not usually a person that can just fall asleep wherever, whenever. Usually it's like, all right, go. And then when it's like late at night, it's like, all right, I guess I'll go to sleep. But after that stretch, it was like, oh, I'm sitting on the couch. Nope, I'm asleep now. Oh, I'm sitting on, laying down on the floor, just reading something. Oh, guess I'm asleep now. Ah. There we go. Dude, I hate Nightcrawler so much. Me too. Especially a stun immune one. Like, the old Nightcrawler trick kind of still works to get him to switch stances. But it's not as reliable as I remember it being. Noah says, I have a confession. Still haven't beaten Realm. Well, at this point, it's just for the exclusive 4 stars. You get a couple of tier 4 class catalysts, but it's just for the 4 stars. So, I mean, if you're a trophy collector, go for it. Otherwise, you can get them easily enough as a 5 star. Well, no. It's not easy, but they're readily available as 5 stars, so they're automatically better. And you can beat Realm with any like rank 3 5 star nowadays anyway. Yeah, I saw BG's post on Twitter hyping up the video a little bit. I saw it came out, and it looks like it's a fun collaboration with everybody. It's on the to watch list here later on. See how it all fleshed out and played out. Could be an ugly day on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's 90 degrees out. See, here's the thing. If it's just straight 90 degrees, that's fine. I can handle heat. It's when you start mixing in any sort of like lack of humidity and wind on top of that too, that's when it just gets rather unpleasant. I'm putting that mildly, but put the playback speed on 1.5, give everybody the a chipmunk voice. Well, thank God his computer didn't crash out like, 2 hours into the render. That's just the worst feeling. Or you leave something to render overnight and you come back in the morning and you see that it failed like 30% of the way into it. Frickin' Premiere. Cheers, all. Laura, while I think of it, you had posted one time a link to a video that came highly recommended for hand massage and hand and joint care. I'd lost the link, but if you had that handy, would it be too much trouble to send that along? Or at least point me in the right direction again, please? Because it was really nice. It was really nice. Checking that out the last time. I definitely want to stay on top of that. Much appreciated. Thank you kindly. I jinx nothing. I jinx nothing. All I know is that I need to sacrifice a small animal or, like, whatchamacallit, one of those cheese goldfish, a couple of them, to the computer gods anytime I hit the render button. I gotta make sure all the other applications are closed. Can't be running multiple versions of any of the Adobe suite. Certainly not playing any games or recording anything. Because, fun story, I've made the mistake of recording new videos while Premiere is rendering a video in the background. And then I go to play back the stuff that I spent 20 minutes recording, and it drops to like, I don't know, 10, 15 frames a second. Audio's fine, but it's like 10, 15 frames a second. I'm like, this is just... And then you lose all that work and you gotta do it again. It's one of the things they got to teach you in college, especially if it's like a trade or art and design college. Lesson number one, save your work. If it's been more than 10 minutes, you got to save your work. That way, when the software inevitably crashes, and it will because it's an Adobe program and it's going to crash, at least you only lose like 10 minutes work instead of like 2 hours worth. Do you use the media encoder? I do. Awesome. Thanks, Laura. Appreciate it. Do that and that and that. Awesome. Awesome. But, you know. So I recently posted a poll on YouTube. Kind of suss out and see where your guys' interest is, but figure I'll pose it to you guys here too. Save you a trip over to the other corner of the YouTubes. I've been doing a couple of videos just like arena how to get infinite streak, how to strategize an arena grind, are you ready for an arena grind, that sort of thing. But which one of those would be more useful or more interesting to you? You know, just for pecking order's sake. Getting an infinite streak, how to best prep for big ol' freaking featured arena grind, because it's a process. Or just ignore those things altogether and do like a how to play video for whoever your select champ is. Kind of giving like a too long didn't read version of their kit rotation. Call stretches in the video red light stretches or traffic stretches. Best done at red lights or stuck in traffic, because what else are you going to do? Definitely not browse some things on my phone. Wouldn't do that. But that is a very good rule of thumb. Cam asking, how did you get introduced to the idea of making MCOC content on YouTube? It wound up being a couple of different things, all working out kind of serendipitously together. So I've been playing the game for about 5.5 out of the 6 years that MCOC has been a thing, and like been playing it religiously the entire time. So I've been with the characters for a while, and I'm not going to claim any sort of proficiency or mastery over anything, but you know, I know a couple of things. So I had some alliance mates that were asking me like, hey, you know, should I bring X, Y, and Z for this, or, you know, I need to be able to counter this. And I was like, well, what about this synergy, this setup? So then they encouraged me to like, you should have a video on that, which was great, because at the same time too, I wanted to learn how to do just basic video editing. Because I got the whole Adobe suite, right? I usually only use Illustrator and Photoshop, but I have Premiere and After Effects just sitting there too. So it's like, it'd be a great way to learn that software. So why not be in both of those things combined? And only recently, I was like, yeah, I'm just recording stuff and just putting it out there, and whatever winds up being is whatever it winds up being. But within the last like few months, to be honest, it's like, yeah, okay, that's great, and I still want to do that, and I'm having a lot of fun doing that too. But what about all the behind the scenes optimizing that you could do to boost discoverability and whatnot? So that's been the latest project with all that too, is just trying to figure out what's what, and you know, do whatever you can to give the little video that could as much of a shot as possible. And that is a process. Exhilarate wants to see how to prep for a featured grind. Gotcha. Duly noted. Ruddering stopping in saying, oi oi, hey Rob. I am yet to receive my first paycheck. It is a very bittersweet time. It is a very bittersweet time. I suppose it depends what your first paycheck is, right? And how you earn it. Like if you work a traditional retail job, it's going to be a bit bittersweet for sure. But, you know, if your first paycheck is, you know, from a very spicy, prominent position, then the first paycheck is going to be very nice. It's nice either way. It's nice having money or earning. To get the paycheck for what you've earned, you know. It's true. The first sentence of Laura's last post is, in fact, the lie. It's also true that BG and I have never been seen together in the same space in the same time, so, you know, let the conspiracy theories begin. You know, one of these days, BG is going to turn around with that website, and it's just going to knock everybody's socks off. The website long foretold. Do you think this cereal is offended when it's called Mini? Frosted, vertically challenged wheats. Oh, and hey, PP. What's good, bud? I mean, all I know is that, like, that is the size of a mini frosted wheat. I don't know how large a regular size frosted wheat is. But, like, I don't know. I wouldn't want to have to, like, chop a regular size frosted wheat in half because I'm going to choke on it otherwise. Aunt May took the website dream away. Yeah, this guy, the people that wind up doing Aunt May are doing the Lord's work. That is single-handedly the best possible tool that you could ever need or want in relation to this game. I mean, granted, at the same time, too, it's kind of sad that there's a need for the Aunt May website, that this game can't just do that already anyway. But that having been said, between that and their the different things that they've got working in beta, it's pretty solid. Can they just buff Spider Miles already? That would be nice if they wind up doing like a Spider Miles buff the same month they wind up coming out with a Spider-Verse version of Spider Miles. Maybe do like Prowler or somebody as well from the movie as like another tech champ. Because like, hey, Psycho Man, he's a tech champ, that's cool. But now we need like 4 or 5 more of them this year. Same with skill champs. Just keep them coming. Just keep them coming. Just introduce Kraven already. Just have like this OP Tigra Elsa Bloodstone synergy family thing going, and it'll be good times. Although I'm calling it now, if there is like a Kraven character, or even if Elsa gets another synergy, I'm calling it now. It's either going to be like it's either going to be a buff or debuff that she can apply on her heavy attack. Because for all the things that Elsa can do, her heavy attack does not a lot, you know? But that would be a most excellent place to stick either like a weakness debuff or a vulnerability or something. Just give her that little bit extra push towards being super OP. Hey, congrats on being the whale there, PP. All I know is that the more they keep throwing the different stuff between AQ and AW, between the different buffs and nodes, and the modes breaking and crashing constantly, the more like taking a season off sounds better and better and better. So I've been in alliances before where it's like, yeah, you got to do AQ, you got to do AW, that's just the way it is. But whenever AQ and AW starts up, it's like no one is excited. You know, you announce that AQ's up and it's ready to roll, and you get like 10 different people groaning. And I think the easy remedy would be just to like give another week or a couple weeks in between seasons for war, and like an extra 4 days or so between AQ. It's just, it never ends. It never ends. And because they've got all the resources, the useful resources tied in between those two modes, if you don't do it, you're immediately falling behind. There's no way around it. So that's why everybody's pressured into doing it. But that's the catch, though, isn't it? Morningstar Awakened or She-Hulk Unawakened for 626 champion boss. I'd probably go She-Hulk, to be honest. Because I think She-Hulk would have more use outside of the champion boss than Morningstar, unless you run and want to run high-end incursions. Then probably do Morningstar. Well, I'll say this. Do you have a Dr. Doom ranked up? That's the catch. If you do not have a ranked up Dr. Doom, go Morningstar, because a ramped up Morningstar would be useful in Abyss. But if you got a Doom ranked up already anyway, then probably She-Hulk. Come on. Bingo. Wouldn't surprise me if they didn't release any more mutants this year, or at least until the end of the year. I would hope not. I would really hope not. And that would follow the pattern that they've established in years past, You know, whenever they introduce a like the big new meta OP champ, usually like a couple months later, that's when they start introducing the big counters to the new meta OP champ. Like as soon as Blade came out, that's when they started introducing like the Sabertooths out there for whatchamacallit, not Vigilante. What's he called? His designation, where he's not a villain, so he doesn't get punished by Blade. Same with Corvus, right? He's not a villain. He can't be danger sensed. So Morningstar at 5 souls. It's also Gilly synergy needed for early ramp up. That helps because I think the Gilly synergy gives her an extra soul at the start, I think, right? But she does have some pretty nice synergies between that and Gilly 99 as well. Laura says, how to open a box of Triscuits. And then, dang, Triscuit dust all over the blanket. See, if you didn't put the emoji right there, I would have completely read it differently. I would have read it like, oh, dang, Triscuit dust. A bit more sarcastically. But then I guess the next question is, does the puppy get to come in and chow down on the Triscuits or Triscuit dust? I'd be a little bit leery on my end to let my dog, or my parents' dog, I guess, anywhere near Triscuits, because get the dog hooked on them just like I am. I am really sorry, Laura. I am really sorry. I must be twisting my wires. I thought you guys had gotten a new one, but I'm really sorry. I am really sorry. I remember, yes, I remember the news of Lola. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up. To the puppy. I'm sorry. We'll call this stream Rob puts his foot in his mouth. So just my luck, I saw on complete segue 180. I saw on Epic Store they had a sale on Control, which was a game that I've been eyeing for a good bit. Looks interesting and been wanting to play just because I like, you know, mind-bendy, twisty games like that, right? So it was on sale. Awesome. I'll pick it up. I haven't logged in my on the PS4 or PSN for a while. It's been a Netflix machine for the last couple months. Well, hey, you know, I still got PS Plus. Let me see what the games are this month for February. Son of a biscuit. If they didn't have control there for free already anyway. Well, now I've got 2 copies. So now I can compare the two. Which is better, PC or PS4? Not gonna do that with Cyberpunk, mind you, but just my luck. People say I've been eating very healthy and make sure I fit in all my clothes. Sugar rush has hit me now, and half a box of Trader Joe's cookie butter cookies are gone. That's why you gotta get the stretchy pants or basketball shorts. That way it sneaks up on you. It's not nearly as noticeable. That's my excuse, at least. Because otherwise, I'm busted. As soon as they start opening some gyms up again, I'd love to go again. Because like going out for a run, going out for a walk, just spending out some time outside. Good lord, tongue-tied. Is one thing, but getting on the swing of a full-on workout routine again that'd be wonderful. I appreciate it, Laura. I do appreciate it. One of these days, I'd love to have the family get a dog here as well. I mean, it won't be at this place, but hopefully soon. Hopefully sooner than later. Because I grew up with a dog, right? And we both did. And, you know, the kid's big enough now to enjoy having a partner in crime. Just based off of how he interacts with his grandfolks' pets. But someday. I do not want to fight that Squidward. No, thank you. What kind of doggy would I get? A mutt. Mid-sized mutt. Like, again, like mid-size, right? So something that I can chase around, that can chase me around, wrestle with a little bit without worrying about, you know, smushing them. Because I love small dogs. My folks have a small dog, and she's a lot of fun. I wouldn't be super great with the large size dog, just because space. Even at a bigger house, it would still be a space thing. But like a mid-sized dog, where you can have like a tug of war and like it'd be an even match, that'd be fun. So like either like a, I don't know, shepherd mix or something, or a lab mix something, spaniel mix something. That'd be awesome. Or, I mean, you know, maybe even get lucky and find like one of those hypoallergenic dogs too, so I don't get dog hair everywhere. You had a goldfish that lived for 7 years? Was that just like a regular sized goldfish, or was that a larger goldfish? Because I haven't had a goldfish that's lasted longer than several months. Goldfish the Immortal. Bigger the dog, bigger the poop. It's true. The nice thing about bigger poops, though, especially if you've got a backyard, is that it's a lot easier to find them. These itty-bitty little poops are, you know, especially if the grass is, like, you know, needs to get mowed, or if it's closer to yard work day, I think it gets lost, and then nobody's having a good time. Scavenger hunt. Empathy and compassion, yeah, but also just having a buddy. You know? Because, like, adults love pets, you know, our way, right? Unconditionally, they're our buddies and whatnot. But I don't know, like, pets and kids is, like, a whole nother level. Like, they have a better understanding of each other or something. Get a poodle. Smart, takes care of its family, generally safe for allergies. Poodle mix actually was on the short list too. Like a full-size poodle, not a miniature poodle, but yes, definitely. Get the little curly fuzz. As a regular one, you win with a ping pong ball. Grew to be quite large over 7 years. I bet. I was gonna say it had to have been eventually grown into a larger sized fish, because those little ones are fleeting. If it wasn't so much work, it'd be fun to have a big old fish tank, light it up and whatnot. Oh yeah. Yes, Laura. Yes, I have. Both inside and out. It's fun. So much fun. On one hand, I feel bad for the dog. It's just like, I know how that feels. I do not envy you. But at the same time, being responsible for said puppy, it's like, there goes my afternoon. Yeah, I mean, puppies are awesome. If you're a cat person, I'm sure cats are cool too. You know, cat people have their reasons why they like cats. Not a cat person personally, no shade against people who do enjoy a kitty buddy, but dogs for me all the way. And 100% agree. 100% agree. They're like a part of the family. I'm sure, like, you know, most pets for people are, but got their own little personality, their quirks, ups and downs, things that just drive you crazy, but you love them for it anyway, just because. Yeah, I want a puppy. Had a standard poodle grown up, great dog. Time can be a little headstrong since they're generally smart, so you need to train early. Yeah, that's the thing too, because those rescue puppies are always not harder to find, but they get adopted a lot quicker. Because I would very much like that too, you know, get not like a fresh a new, brand new baby puppy, right? But you know, still young enough to train. But again, that from a rescue, that's they go quick. They go quick. I've seen the videos where it's like a cat grows up with a bunch of dogs or a dog grows up with a bunch of cats. Seeing a dog act like a cat, like with the mannerisms and whatnot, it's very interesting. But I mean, that's all that dog would know because I mean, grew up around cats and that's how the cats acted, and the dog wanted to fit in. Same is true, I'm assuming, for the inverse. PB's open for all animals. At one point had a dog, cat, parakeet, fish, and gerbils at the same time. That must have been quite the symphony when they all started talking to each other. Even if they weren't all in the same room together. Girlfriend has a cavapoo. The other day, her mom had one of those cages up. She climbed over that sucker. Runaway cavapoo. That pooch had places to go, people say. Things to do, things to explore. Yeah. I went with a buddy who took their dog out to a dog park, right? And I had never had a dog with a dog park nearby, right? Or a dog park with a dog. It's never worked out where I've had both. I've had one or the other, but never both. So I went with a buddy one time who took her dog out to a dog park, right? And it wasn't just like a, hey, this is like a patch of dirt with, you know, 4 fenced-in walls. It's like, no, there's like a doggy jungle gym, things to climb over, climb through, or crawl under. And that pooch just had the best freaking time. Saying hey to all their buddies. Chasing things for just because they could. So they get together, and then it starts getting to be like the group or the herd mentality, right? Like, hey, there's a pine cone over there. Let's all go check it out. So they all go check it out. Or like, hey, a bird flew away over there. Let's go give that bird a piece of our mind. Someday. Yeah, man, those birds. It really just depends on the person and how much you want to just, you know, mess around with the bird too, because you can teach some of those birds like a whole litany of things. Like they can carry on full-on conversations sometimes, but like the biting one-liners too at the same time. Last thing I need, though, is to be on the phone with, like, my grandma or somebody and have the bird in the background just start cussing up a storm. I'll just blame it on the neighbor. It's like, oh, no, that's the neighbor coming in through the window. It's not over here. No. Definitely not. I have no idea where the birdie would have learned that. All I'm saying, though, is that I would not want a bird like that next to me while I game. Especially when I'm working on, like, a challenging piece of content, either, like, doing a speed run or just, you know, trying to find a new strat or trying to work with or bait AI. Would not want that kind of bird right there. The things it would learn. Alright, Lauren. Take care. Get some good Z's. Been a pleasure chatting, hanging out. And we'll catch you next time. Boink. Yoink. I will say this about the SmackDown series. I love doing that series. I'm having so much fun with it. It's such a fantastic experience here. But if I had to nitpick and say one thing that I don't enjoy about it, it's trying to manipulate the freaking Winter Soldier AI to cooperate. That AI, man, it's so frustrating sometimes. Especially if you're trying to pull off, a really involved rotation, right? Not just speaking specifically of Cosmic Ghost Rider, but just, if you're trying to bait out a special or not, or trying to work on your spacing, or have him attack you just enough to do just enough damage, but not too much, but just enough. Fun times. Matt stopping in saying, Frosted Mini Wheats, Rob, you are my favorite MCOC YouTuber now. Well, cheers, bud. Appreciate it. I've been really enjoying these, to be honest. Like, it isn't something that I want to eat just a la carte. Like, I gotta have a drink right there, too. I mean, normally I would eat it in a bowl of milk, but since that's not an option right now, washed down with a refreshing beverage. But it is very yummy. I am enjoying this. Because I haven't had it for a good long while. It's a nice reminder that, hey, these are nummy. Gosh, I had a cinnamon vanilla flavored mini wheat. Worth a try. I am definitely going back to Kashi brand. I inhaled that box from last week. Absolutely inhaled it. It was the almond granola honey cluster something. Like, the naming for Kashi cereals suck. Like, and if you don't know what the cereal is called, just look on the side of the box where it has the ingredients and just read the first 7 ingredients. And that's the name of the cereal. Tastes awesome, but marketing is not ideal. Matt says, Snyder Cut trailer is amazing. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be interesting, at the very least. I'm hoping it winds up living up to the hype. The final product. Hopefully it's not going to be like this generation's Blade Runner, where they just keep winding up, like, recutting it and splicing it, and new director's cut this, final cut that. Can I react to the trailer? It's too late, unfortunately. I have already seen it. I have already seen it. That's what I'm saying. It's cool and looks interesting. I mean, Joker's in there now too, and see how it all, again, winds up playing out for the final product. I'm going to give it a chance. I'm definitely giving it a chance. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. But I tell you, though, I was on top of that. When that dropped, I was like, yep. Yes, please. See, trailers I'm usually okay with. Usually, at least recently, trailers don't give away as much as they used to. But for a good while, I would not watch trailers. Which sucked because I enjoy them. I just wouldn't watch them because whoever wrote and directed the trailers and cut it together would wind up spoiling 3/4 of the movie. Like, a trailer's supposed to set up the plot. It's not supposed to walk you through the first, like, 4 or 5 beats of the plot. Like seriously, if it's a trailer for a sports movie, it's like, I don't know. Bobby Smith was a high school, I don't know, chess club player who dreamt big of joining the varsity football team. And then it's like a cut of, like, whatever, little kid Smith, right? Like, looking longingly on the field. And then the announcer guy is like, so when he finally has his shot to play, it cuts the little Smith kid in the jersey running out. He realizes that the thing that he missed in his life was the friendship that he built along the way. And it's like him with all his, you know, jock buddies running out onto the field. This summer, watch the movie Taking the World by Storm. Will little Johnny Smith play football? The movie. You know, and it's like, I know exactly what's going to happen in this movie. Why did you tell me all these things? I don't need to see the movie now. I saw the 2-minute trailer. It told me exactly what I need to know about the movie. I'm good. But they kept doing stuff like that for everything, for every genre, for comedies, for dramas, for action films. It's like, yeah, I mean, there's like a certain level of expectation going into a film where you kind of go into it knowing what you're gonna expect or what you're gonna get. Like, if you walk into like an 80s action movie, just say, or you're watching an 80s action movie, you know what to expect. There's like the big meathead, like, hero protagonist just like blasting away a small army of dudes, of like the same 3 dudes who they just keep reusing because they couldn't afford more extras to save, I don't know, son, daughter, spouse, partner, friend, whomever. Throwing a couple like Schwarzenegger one-liners. I mean, that's the movie. You know what you're gonna get. Hope Warner Bros. Learn their lesson not to interfere with the movies and let the director make the movie they want. Here's to hoping, right? Because it sucks when a film just gets co-opted either by rogue editors who are, like, you know, crafting their own story, or studio winds up just crossing over the line and flexing. Hey, we need to cover X, Y, and Z beats because marketing, and we need to have this product in this time frame to go around this holiday. It's like, no, I want to make a movie. I don't care about the rest of it. Well, and Snyder very much has his own style. He's had his own style for ages. So why they would be surprised, you know, as he was doing his project, that his film was very much his film, I don't know. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Wonder what will happen with Godzilla and King Kong. Title has me baffled. I hope to be pleasantly surprised by that movie. To just, for them to do something, come out of left field and be like, not do the Batman v Superman thing where it's like, yeah, they're fighting, and then King Kong says, Martha. And Godzilla was like, Mothra? And then insert, third player, and Kong and Godzilla team up, and Godzilla's carrying King Kong on his back, and they go off and do battle. Have a merry chase. They introduce like Mecha Godzilla or somebody. I don't know. Sounds like you're talking about the Expendables series. Yeah, well, see, the Expendables series was supposed to be like an action movie, but I would also argue it's a comedy. Just seeing the who's who of 80s action stars running around just like handily going toe-to-toe with people a fraction of their age, people who are like in their prime. No. I'm going along with it because of the suspension of disbelief. But, yeah, you don't have me. I'm not... The hook is not in me. I'm not hooked. Come on, Sassy. Come on, Sassy. Come on. Come on. Good Lord. Why? Why? Thank you. Dude was just waiting for him to get into his wrath phase. I think that's all that was. Alright, let's see what we got here now. Yeah. I've gotten this squad a couple of times. Punching Bag Man, A-Bomb, and Rhino. Awesome. Hiring Joss seemed good for the headlines, but they should have had someone who can carry the dark style into something. Imagine Guillermo or somebody with a darker take editing it. Yeah, or like Guillermo with his character design, creature design for the parademons. Because I'm sorry, I mean, I don't know. I was really bored with the design choice of the parademons for the original. I'm hoping that they've got a facelift too. Just like some of the other CG characters. Hey, the legendary Half stopping in. What's good, Half? Happy Monday, bud. Welcome to the belated Sunday serial stream. How's it going? Hope you are doing well. Just in the nick of time. Boink. You should do a new video series about finding a better punching bag, man, than Winter Soldier. Maybe identify different punching bags for different content. Yeah, and especially just staying away from the obvious, where it's like Labyrinth, Red Hulk becoming new punching bag man. Because it can, and I think he may be the easiest, but it'll definitely be a challenge to find somebody who can tank a bunch of hits, but still is easy enough to fight against. I see what you did there, PP. I see what you did there. Boink. So he does that flying headbutt. I retaliate with face lasers. Alright, come on, Joe. Joe, hopefully soon to get a buff fix-it. At some point this year. Hopefully. Please. There we go. Alright. There we go. That is 7.5 million points in the bag. That is about a third of the way done with my arena push. I like it. I like it. So here's what we're going to do, guys. I am going to be opening up a crystal here. Send off the stream here on a high note. Let's open up a 3-star here this time, just for kicks. If you guys want to guess who it's going to be, throw that down in the chat or in comments if you're watching after the fact. I'm going to guess it's going to be a OG Storm. That's my guess. Let's do that. And at the same time, I'm throwing a link to BG's stream right there. Let's go raid and say howdy. Another hashtag Rob Von Raid. I'm going to go over there, just say howdy for a little bit. But that's going to do me for tonight, everybody. That's going to do me for tonight. I want to thank you guys for watching the Monday edition of the Sunday Serial stream. I'll be back again on Wednesday for another live stream, putting up more points for Psycho Man. One of these days, I'm going to guess who this champ is. I'm going to go nuts. But I'm going to be back on Wednesday night for another live stream. Got videos coming out every day this week, so ring the notification bell on the page here. Stay on top of that as that drops. And if you haven't already, please do consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. All that stuff helps me out immensely, and I do appreciate it. But yeah, that's going to do me for tonight, guys. We'll see you guys over on BG's stream. And until next time, all, take care. Talk soon. Stay safe. Be well, everybody.